education. So when she was at university, I visited her. I saw the difficulties she was having. I gave her a motorized wheelchair. She passed the university, got BSc Honors, Finance and Accounting. But applying for a job, no job. I recruited her in my foundation. She's my finance officer, doing a wonderful job. One of my best staff. See, we have got an adapted van to take her around, to take others around, and this is the adapted van. We got it from Life Insurance of India, LIC and New India Assurance. We have a major program of training for employment. I'll come to that, which got to Sai Sriram Trust. I make an announcement later on when I come to that. Next. These are the next one, please. Hope Initiative is where we look at individual cases and we offer them the type of assistive devices they need to empower them. Next. So you see over the past few years, we've given 150 smart canes for the blind, laptop 25 equipped with software for the blind, motorized wheelchairs 160, rupee checker to 1,000, rupee checker for them to identify the notes, which note currency it is, motorized scooter, fully reclining wheelchair, medical bed, crutches, and manual wheelchair. Next, please. We train the blind students, empower them through technology. Next. We are also a program of, why I can go up to the in the temple or in the church or anywhere, I can go very close to God, but people on wheelchair cannot enter because there is no ramp, there is no access. So I've started a campaign in Mauritius, equipping places of worship with ramp, with accessible, gadget. So this is a church, 164 years old, that my foundation has managed to, sponsor to get a ramp for them, and all of the people now can go to the church. Next, please. We have a magazine enable every 2 months. Next. Next. Bookshare. Blind people, many of you may not be asked the question, how can blind study? And I've started a program in India last week to empower people with visual impairment. We have a collaboration with Bookshare. We give them telephone or a laptop. Through internet, they can connect and get access to 700,000 books. And this will empower them. There's no obstacle now. Technology can do everything that we can think of to empower a person with disability. Next. Next, please. I'll talk about that. We are setting up a major Braille unit for the blind in Mauritius. I was in Delhi a few weeks ago. I signed an MOU with All India Association for the Blind. We are going to work together to create a library of Braille books for the blind in Mauritius, and we are also going to distribute it in India to the blind schools. Next. This is one of my ambassadors there, Brandy Perwin. What a challenging time, but now she's gold medalist. Next, please. This gentleman, Yasin Idu, he also went through his education, and I've been associated with him. This motorized wheelchair we gave him tremendously facilitated him, but he's the one. I've never been to the Queen. He won a youth award, and the Queen invited him to UK. He went there, and when his name was called, he went on his motorized wheelchair in a very elegant manner. Instead of, if it was manual, somebody would have to carry him to the Queen. But see there, and instead of him bowing to the Queen is bowing to him to greet him. BSc Web Development, no job. I'm still fighting for him. Next, Debbie, a blind girl. Next, please, next. This is a brilliant boy. This girl, 3-year-old, blind, refused school. I fought for her, and I won the case, and now she's pursuing her studies in school in Mauritius. I wanted just to share that with you to give you a glimpse of what we do in the area of disability in Mauritius, and the Global Rainbow Foundation India will also embark. We just started last year. We'll embark on a major program in India, and I'm sure God's blessing will be able to do quite a lot of things there also. So let me come to the conclusion of my address today. I must commend, first of all, to Mrs. R.Vanitha and Rajendran. I know I could understand your deception, I could understand how you felt, really frustrated, you and the family, when he was not given the chance to go international. I'm sure Sriram would have won at the international level with the drive that he had. But let's say one thing, the fact that you didn't get the chance, what you did, what Mr. Rajan did, pushed him to swim in the sea. And see what he has achieved. 5 kilometers swim in the sea is not given. I can't swim 5 kilometers. I live in Mauritius, plenty of beautiful seas around us. I can't swim 5 kilometers. But he did. So this is another. So I would feel that in life, God will never let you down. Keep your total faith in God. Lord Rama, Sriram, he is bound to go up. He's bound to continue. By chance, I was there for another purpose, for Tirukkural. We are organizing an international Tirukkural conference in Delhi and in UNESCO Paris. I was there by chance, and I met Sriram. We connected. I talked to the parents and said I would like to associate. And here we are today, barely 2 months. When we met, I'm here with you in Tamil Nadu with my wife, and this is a memorable moment for me. And I will tell you very sincerely, I'm a human being. I can't achieve great things, but I can with blessing from God. So whatever I do, I pray that He blesses us. And therefore, I will associate to see what we can do to take Sriram globally to international games, Paralympic and also Special Olympics, right? I know one good friend is Lord Colin Holmes in UK. It's good for you to know his story. At the age of 14, he had some eye problem. He got back home one afternoon, went to bed. Next morning, he got up blind, completely. 14 years old, you turn blind overnight. What do? The whole world changed for him. People start looking at him differently. You know what he did? He mustered his courage. And he said, I want to do 2 things in life. One, I want to be a lawyer, and I want to go to study in Cambridge. Cambridge is not given, you know that. And the second thing he was a great swimmer. Second thing he said, I want to win gold medal in swimming competition. I invited him 2 years ago as chief guest for my Global Rainbow Foundation anniversary. He came to Mauritius, and he shared this experience with us. In fact, he's a lawyer from Cambridge. He's a member of the House of Lords. He's chairman of UK Paralympic Olympic game when they organize it. And he's a great swimmer. He won 6 gold medals in one occasion in Barcelona. He is a great inspiration. I've written to him. I will connect with him and see how we can give a boost up to Sriram, because he is such a great guy doing a lot for persons with disability. There is also your Sai Sriram Trust. This is wonderful, At that young age, I've turned 60 and then I set up my foundation, right? At the age of 26, you started 2017, I think, no? The school started earlier, 7 years. 7 years ago, so it was barely 19, the parents set up a school, not only for Sriram, but for other children whom we saw. These are the blessed children, And I must tell you one thing, I was in Oman talking about disabled there. I was very happy because they say the disabled people, there they call them the special children of God. They are the God children. And that was something very significant. So therefore, Sai Ram Trust, you are doing a wonderful job for the past 7 years. I will propose something concrete to you. I have my partners in India, Youth for Job, a great organization doing training for employment, and Enable India in Bangalore. They are partners. I have MOU with them. They help me in Mauritius. I will talk to them and get them to associate with Sriram Trust so that these children are of age to work now. They can't continue to be training and training again. Training is good, but it has to be an objective. Therefore, we should move towards training for employment. And I will associate with the trust. My foundation and the trust here will find out a way of doing it, signing an MOU in due course, and I'll get these 2 organizations to help you, to empower those children, let them get jobs. There's a law in India, 3%, you know that. Person with disability have to get job if you have There's a 3% obligation on companies, on government to recruit person. I believe we should move in that direction. That would give them better chances for the future. I would also like to say that, well, let me announce what I had noted here. One is, I have also talked to some of my friends who are here, Dr. Selvan and Dr. Karthikeyan. Will you please stand up? Dr. Selvan is a great orthopedic doctor, a lecturer in Mauritius Faculty of Medicine, a medical college in Mauritius, where he teaches the student medicine. And but he has his own clinic in Chennai. He's a good friend of mine, a good-hearted man. And Dr. Karthikeyan, who is a lecturer, professor at the Balaji Medical College, has a degree in rehabilitation medicine. Both of them have volunteered, have agreed that whatever Sriram needs in terms of medical, they will voluntarily look after him and bring other people so that we can give him the best medical conditions. I know in this challenge, you might also face some legal challenges, right? You might have legal concern when they don't follow, they don't respect the rights of Sriram. So I have a good friend here, Dr. Stephen. Dr. Stephen, advocate. He has translated the Tirukkural also, and he came to Mauritius a few weeks ago. I just consulted him. Whenever you need legal advice, he will give you, but free, I've told him, and pro bono. You don't have to pay anything for his services. Am I right, Dr. Stephen? He will give legal advice free because you may need to have legal consultation on some of the issues. Thank you very much, Doctor. And the most important thing I want to announce, I'll conclude with that. Having said all that, I would like to invite Sriram, and we'll work out the details, the parents and so on, but he will be my chief guest when I celebrate the 8th anniversary of Global Rainbow Foundation in Mauritius in November 2019. Mauritius, we have a lot of seas, you know. We are lucky we don't have sharks there. So you can swim safely. The sea is not as rough as you have in India. We have very nice seas there, beautiful, you know, and therefore Sriram will be the chief guest of Global Rainbow Foundation in November 2019. The 11th November is the date, and he will therefore be one of the chief guests, I was saying, like Richard Holmes was, and you will get to meet other ambassadors of Global Rainbow Foundation there on that occasion. And I would like to say also, I'll conclude by saying that in all humility, but it all done with faith in God. You know, we will accompany Sriram as much as we can. And with all your blessings, I'm confident that he will achieve his goal. And the most important thing is to focus on the goal and let him move towards that. So I will be honoring Sriram a bit later, but I wanted you to see two ambassadors of Global Rainbow Foundation. The first one, whom I appointed in 2013, was Sudha Chandran.
Where I can walk, but I'm here with a different purpose. I want to dance. He looked at my face and said, yes, why not? I thought that was really very stupid. So I told the doctor, because I thought he was a very smart kid, so I think I tried showing my over-smartness there. I said, doctor, this is Vadapalani, and I think you don't know what Vadapalani is all about. It's about footwork. And to my surprise, Dr. P.K. Sethi actually demonstrated Bharatanatyam Anuga in front of me because his daughter was a dancer. He said, is this what you want to do? I said, yes, Doc, this is what I want to do. He said, stand by me, and you will do it. I just believed in what he said. I took the Jaipur foot, and many of you all would also be having this question, thinking that a special foot has been designed for me. Absolutely no, it's the same Jaipur foot that every other amputee wears that I am wearing and I'm dancing with. So there is nothing special. And I danced for 3 long hours. At the end is when I realized that I had done it. Thanks to the Jaipur foot. Dr. P.K. Sethi rightly said, the person who wears the shoe knows where it pinches. The technicians working there are amputees, so they actually know the discomfort that a Jaipur foot can give to an amputee. So they work on that. That is a very important point. I think I must thank Professor. He adds into one more list of mine. I haven't seen God, but if people like Professor Parshuraman are here, the day is not very far off when the word disability will be removed from the dictionary forever.
Was he dances Bharatanatyam for 3 hours. The next person is another inspiration and was gone very far, I must say. Is a young girl, blind, whom I discovered when she was 12 years old. I just came back from overseas. After 14 years, I was launching my foundation, doing the first camp to give limbs. The company which had sponsored invited her to sing. After I heard that girl singing, 12 years old, I was so touched and moved. I went to the parents afterward and said, you have a genius in the family. We have to accompany that girl and take her to greater heights. I promised 3 things. One, I will appoint her ambassador for Global Rainbow Foundation at the age of 12. Second, I will organize a concert for her in UNESCO Paris when she was going to be 14 years old. And the third thing I asked her, what gift you want? It was at the end of the year. She's a student. She's very smart. She told me, I've seen in UK, there is a talking scanner. Because I'm blind, by putting my book on the scanner, the scanner reads it for me and I can study well. I managed to fulfill all the 3 promises I made, took her to Paris, where she had a brilliant performance at UNESCO. And the following year, when she was 15, she won France's very prestigious international singing competition, where among the 9 finalists, she was the only blind person, only disabled person. At 15 years old, she won the first prize and became a world figure, where 55 million people witnessed her on TV during that very prestigious performance. And the same day when she came back to Mauritius, I made a pledge. I proposed to government that we nominate her. I have talked to UNESCO with my connection there. We proposed that she be appointed UNESCO Artist for Peace. And in 2016, she was appointed UNESCO Artist for Peace. 16 years old, she's moved to that level, and now she's doing fantastic. Just finished her 10th, 12th grade. Now I'm helping her. She wants to become a lawyer to defend the interests of disabled people, and now we are preparing for her to go to UK for university. But one thing I'll conclude with that, what I did for Jane, the High Commissioner of India was so impressed with her, seeing her singing in Mauritius. One day he called me, he said, there's a big conference in Delhi for disabled. You go and talk, but Jane should go and sing. And when we were going to India, I told Jane, you're going to India, you better learn a song of Gandhi. She's from African origin. She said, Pasu, well, affectionately call you Pasu. I don't know Hindi. How can I sing a song in Gandhi? I said, Jane, you can. And I talked to his father. We sent him for training. After 3 weeks training, listen how she sang Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram. I'm going to appoint Sriram today as ambassador, global ambassador for Global Rainbow Foundation. We have a very special award for him, which has been, I understand Balaji has managed to keep that as a secret. Have you, Balaji? Yes, sir. You didn't show anybody, huh? I told Balaji keep it secret, because, can you bring it over? We'll invite, I'll invite my wife Sheila to join me on this occasion. I must tell you the secret about my wife. When I retired in 2011, I was called back to politics. She told me, don't go back to politics. Go and serve humanity. And that's how I came into this field of disability. This is the special award, Sriram. This is the appointment as... I will read it. Global Rainbow Foundation Award. Felicitation to GRF Ambassador Sriram Srinivas, multi-talented sport person. And we have the quotation there is from Sriram. If you can, I can, Sriram Srinivas. And the other quotation is from Robert Hensel, who said, I choose not to place this in my ability. If you remove this from ability, there is only ability. And this is what we should look at. So I'm very honored and pleased to present that to Sriram. Oh, sorry. I'll invite Mr. Yai Gunde. Gunde, you are here? Mr. Yai? I've asked him to bring a Kural Jofa to the mother. This is a Tirukural, Tamil, English, G.U. Pope. I'm sure this will further inspire you to take Sriram, with blessing from Saint Tiruvalluvar, from God, will take him very far. Mikka Nandri. Thank you.